YouTube, so just come on my YouTube channel. Я вас привітаю, що ви пабліті донки, омонофітик музикантів. Жостовус віту. Як матомак, так і матомак артистів. Я обіцяю вам, що новини будете розчиновані зовсім. Пригіднитись до мого каналу, де підписуйтесь. І ви керувати разом зі мною, Вишник artistic. Do you know what? The N parts and the R's and certain pronunciations is really difficult. But I think I'm better than yesterday. So look, let me go straight into my next reaction of today. So we are, as you know, in Ukraine. This is a folk song, and this is Dунаю, which is let me get this right. Dунаю. But in English,
DAN-yoob.
So in English is Danube. Yeah, we're talking about the river. As you know, I think it's the largest or the second largest river in Europe, and it links all the way up to the Black Sea, and it goes through like Croatia, Romania, Germany. And it's drinking water. I didn't know that. There's like 30 million people rely on that river for drinking water. What? So it's amazing facts that I've found out from you guys. So Danayoub, or Dan-yoob. It's kind of weird when you translate one word into another country's language, and it sounds so different. Like I said, this Ukrainian folk song performed by Vishnya Folk Assembly Art Director Adam Dzюба. I don't know about these surnames. I don't know what's going on with me today. I am absolutely poor with pronunciations today. There's not much information to go on. Actually, that is the only information to go on, and that's it. So I'm looking at, because it's an old song, I am looking forward to seeing traditional clothing, because on the back of me watching Ukrainian embroidery and Ukrainian dresses, but that was from the females. I haven't really seen Ukrainian dresses since from the men. So if there is a channel where I can ascertain that video clip where it shows the embroidery, men's embroideries, which is carried out by the women. I don't expect men to do their own embroidery, or the men's clothing, that would be amazing. Like I said, I have reacted to the women's clothing, and that was really amazing footage. So hats off to the person who created that and put it onto YouTube for everybody to watch, not only for Ukrainians but non-Ukrainians as well. So anyway, look, let's go straight into my next reaction of today, shall we? So without further ado, you know what we're here for. Great vocabs and a damn good video audio music. Can you dig it? Oh, so they're back actually by the river. That is a large thing. River? Дунаю. Question. Not about the beads. I associate red beads with Russia.
Я ж нікого не любила, тільки в
you see that look she's giving to you. Is that building still standing?
Щоби дома не була!
Щоби дома не була!
Дунаю, Дунаю, Дунаєчку, Дунаю, зимна вода на краю, на краю. Дунаю, Дунаю, Дунаєчку, Дунаю, зимна вода на краю, на
Is it
краю.
Lanka Tevez?
Ой, послала мене мати до Дунаю, пусти брати. Ой, послала мене
said what?
мати до Дунаю, пусти брати. Дунаю, Дунаю, Дунаєчку, Дунаю,
Дунаєчку,
зимна вода на краю, на краю.
На краю, на краю.
Дунаєчку, Дунаю, я в тебе зимна вода на краю, на краю.
So that was Dunayu, Dunayu. Definitely pronounced differently in English. So I'm going for the Ukraine way. Dunayu, Dunayu. Red boots. And I'm talking from outside looking in. If I say to anybody in the UK or anybody around the world, red boots, they automatically will say Russia. Red boots and those hats, they'll say Russian. But looking into it, as in the USSR, there's going to be certain, what's the word? Certain fashionable cultures that you would say straight away, non-Ukrainians would say Russian. But once you're breaking down the country, you see that, okay, well, that part is not actually Russian. That's from Moldova. That part there is from, Ukraine. That part there is from, do you know what I mean? Croatia. That part there is from Montenegro. That part there is from. So that's what I'm thinking. So the red boots, is that a Ukraine thing? Let me know. I'm really intrigued about the red boot thing, because I see it all the time, especially from the men. You know, when the men do the dancing, see, that's another thing. So the Russian dance, you know, when they go, duh, 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 is that Cossack? Is that, in fact, a Cossack dance, not a Russian dance? There's a lot of things that need to be broken down where I thought was Russian, but they're not actually Russian. Is part of the USSR, now is broken down to various other countries that actually and collectively, they, not saying they took their culture and their whatever, but for instance, England is part of Scotland and Wales and Northern Ireland. That's all of England. But you've got tradition factors in Scotland. You know, the haggis, throwing the log. There's various things in Scotland. But in the reference of USSR, would that say, okay, so that's not Scottish, that's English, that's British thing. And until you actually go up to Scotland, you realise that that is actually a Scottish thing and not a British thing. It's a Scottish thing. Same thing is an Irish thing. Same thing is a Welsh thing. You know? Let me know about that. Historic values, loved it. The embroideries on the men's and women's clothing. The location. Was that the Danube River? Very intrigued to find out. And do people still drink from the water now? Let me know about that as well. I think this is the second song that I've reacted to regarding Dунаю. Or the third one. I'm not too sure. I have to go back into my catalogue and find out. But until then, I salute you. Boom!